Welcome to Matthews, North Carolina for this week's episode of NISA Now. This was the midweek match between Stumptown and Michigan Stars. Had some bad weather at the onset of the match, but things improved as the night went on, at least weather-wise. I'd love to show you all the goals that were scored in this match, but neither club gave us one in this particular matchup. Instead, I've got several clips of passes, some chances, but mostly fouls and yellow cards. Maybe we could leave this town and run forever, but on this particular play, Michigan Stars recover the ball, moving the ball up front. Stumptown's been pressing, and on this play, Bajarano Navia swipes the ball in the press, and Leon Merrick drops the shoulder, puts him into the ground, and earns him one of those yellow cards. Yeah, lots of that in this match. Just rough play on this particular one. Luis Garcia Sosa swipes the ball, and somehow that's not a yellow card. I don't really know. Looked like a yellow card to me. Certainly could have been. Maybe the referee was blocked in this play, but Luis Garcia Sosa was fine. A little shook up on that one. Again, more and more rough play between both clubs. I think there was a lot of frustration on this. The second half with Stumptown on the attack. Throw in coming in. And again, a lot of futility in this match. Not a lot happening. I think there's, again, a lot of frustration going on too. This particular play, it looked like maybe with that Newell slide in behind McGrath, he didn't like it. This ball gets picked off by Stars, and McGrath goes in hard to the ground and drops him. McGrath earns a yellow. 4 yellows in this match. We'll get to that in just a second. But effectively, this is all we saw all match long. The ball going down to one end, pinging around, nothing coming of it, and a lot of frustrated players attacking each other. Thankfully, no major injuries in this match. But yeah, not a lot of fun to report on that. Now, this match was indicative of this weekend in that we had 3 draws. We'll get to the rest of those in just a second. But we've got a yellow card counter up on there. That's 4 yellow cards in this match. 3 for Stumptown, 1 for Michigan Stars. On to the next match. Let's go. We watched a Stars match. Let's make it another. Michigan Stars at home. This was over the weekend on Saturday, taking on Chicago House. Chicago House looking to bounce back from a couple of pretty tough losses at home. Head into Romeo High School. Apparently this match took place at 3:30 local time at a high school. So I guess if maybe you could do an after-school special, the kids could get out of science class and head over for your match. Now, I mentioned this player, Andres Chavald, in the last match against Stumptown. That's him again, not happy losing the ball. 2 hands the house player to the ground, gets up, shoves him. Now he's hurt. I guess he's practicing the dark arts. He should be told that at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's too early for the dark arts. That class is later in the day. He, I guess, was hoping for some sympathy here. No sympathy from the official who, I guess, talks it over with the house players, thinks about what he's going to do, and eventually would give him a yellow for his work. As I talked about in the Stumptown match, this match would not yield any goals as well. Both teams had chances in this one, but could not capitalize. It was always last-second saves or the work of Tatenta Makruva in net for the Stars. He is a shot-stopping monster back there and kept his team in this match the entire time. This was another match that featured plenty of yellows, another 3 to add to our week's total. If you think 3's a lot, just You wait. We've got some higher numbers than that one, I assure you. But this match would end scoreless. Michigan Stars back-to-back shutouts. Unfortunately for them, can't get a goal to go along with it. And so instead of walking off with 3, walk off with 1 for all of their troubles. Chicago House continues to struggle and gets a single point on the road. We're off to Maryland to see Bobcats hosting Stumptown. Which team would grab the points here? Hint, hint, both of them would. Beautiful day in Maryland. Look at those beautiful blue skies right before the evening kicks in. Absolute banger of a day. We're ready. After what we saw in Stumptown's last match, hard to tell how they'd respond in this one. McGrath, though, woo, look at that ball handling, just cutting through the defense. Ball's cleared out of the box, and we've got a corner for Stumptown. Regardless of the protest from Bobcats, that is most definitely what happened on that play. Stumptown has played well both on defense and offense, just has struggled to score goals, getting that last connection in the box to get the goal. This one is where it would happen. 9th minute of the match. We have got a corner for Stumptown here. Ball would be swung through to the far side post, and Reese Williams would be waiting for that ball. Look at this beauty. Absolute banger past the keeper. That is a goal in Stumptown. The Stumpies. Kevin the Tree's happy. But of course he is. He's a Christmas tree. Christmas trees are always happy. Later in the first half, Maryland Bobcats on the attack, snuffed out by the Stumptown keeper. That would end the first half without any goals for the hometown side. But this play, look at this beautiful play. You can tell right there. Richard Forka wants to shoot, and he would shoot here. Look at it. Gets the break, tees it up. Beautiful shot, blocked, but oh my! Molly Carpa with the header. Back post. The equalizer for the Bobcats. You know they are happy in Maryland. Look at those flags waving. Swipe a point in the 73rd minute. Save yourself. Grab that point. Now 1-2-2 on the season. Stumptown 1-3-2. Don't think we forgot about the yellow cards. We didn't. This match was absolutely loaded with yellow cards. 3 for Stumptown, 4 for Bobcats. That brings our week total after 3 matches to 14 yellow cards. I guess if you're not going to score goals, you might as well rack up a yellow. Before we get out of Maryland, let's make sure we give credit to these amazing fans here who, yeah, you can go to Detroit or you can go to Chattanooga and you can see these beautiful tifos and well-made posters. I mean, they make them sharp, but here in Maryland, that's right, Stumptown, more like Dumptown. They've also stolen Kevin the Tree, says here for the Bobcats, and it's a bad day to be a Stump. Well, guess you split a point each, so it's a bad day to be either, but Stumptown, more like Dumptown, that's a winner in my book. Off to Findlay for the biggest match of the weekend. These are old NPSL classmates, rivals of the first degree. Chattanooga Football Club hosting Detroit City FC in Findlay. Great match, lots of back and forth. I like to think of covering the first 3 matches of NISA Now this week, eating my vegetables. This right here, this is dessert. And boy, was this dessert loaded. Chance after chance. Look at this beauty. Stopped by Alec Reddington. Cleared out. Little bit of rough play. Again, this is a rivalry match. This is a match that Detroit City has dominated over the last couple of years. I found this particular play to be a little, funny. Maybe not for what happened, but James Kasak over here plays the ball. Bounces, he loses it, gets out of bounds. He's trying to shithouse a little bit, tosses the ball over his head, I think accidentally into the stands, which earns him a yellow. Maybe not the brightest yellow in the world, but I sincerely doubt that he was actually trying to toss that into the stand. And now to the opening strike. Ball goes back to Carroll. Carroll hit these shots over and over again this match. Dude has a cannon for a leg. Look at that sucker. Ball passes around a couple times. Going to come back to Filerman over here, who is going to slip in the cross. Absolute thing of beauty. Pato is there to finish it off, and it is 1-0. Of course, Detroit City, the captains of the +1, go up 1-0. But CFC would answer right back at the beginning of the second half. Nagelstad comes on as a substitute, and welcome back. Nagelstad punches it in with his head from the corner. Beautiful, beautiful strike. 1-1, 55 minutes in. 5 minutes later, this play would be instrumental in the finish. Ball goes in. Player goes down, and while, yes, certainly the player went down and it was on the edge of the box, it doesn't appear to be a very flagrant foul. So it's kind of curious to see what's going to happen here. And even the announcers on this play, though they, of course, are the Chattanooga announcers, were surprised at this result. A red card for Richard Dixon. Chattanooga would be playing the last 30 minutes down a player. Absolute gutted scenes in Chattanooga. Detroit City set up for the free kick. Unfortunately, not much would come of that. 87th minute, Alec Reddington with the goal kick goes out of bounds. Detroit City, satisfied with the single point, says nope. Attack, attack, attack. The ball goes to Yasid Matthews. He misses it on the first, but he sets himself up with the assist. Absolute scenes. Detroit City has gone into Chattanooga, and in the 87th minute, swipes all 3 points and is headed back to Detroit with another 3 against CFC. Chattanooga falls to 2-0-3. Detroit City advances to 4-1-0. Don't think we forgot about our yellow card count. 2 more to add to our total this week, up to 16, and our first red added to our total. So 16 yellow, 1 red so far this week in NISA. Off to Championship Stadium in Southern California. Beautiful night for soccer, and this play would be the difference. Omar Nuno on the attack, burning in, looks like he is going to score, but a defender goes down the box to stop it, and stopped the play with his arm. Yusuf Mikhail draws the red card just a minute into the game. New Amsterdam could not be in a worse position. It was a aggressive call. If you look at the replay, it is clear that Nuno does have a chance to score, but did Yusuf Makil attempt to block the ball with his arm? Was it an accidental contact? Ref says doesn't matter. It's a red card, and with a red card in the box, of course, comes a penalty. Absolute gutted. Gutted. That's a tough call. It was going to change the rest of this match. Nuno gets the call for the penalty as well. Steps up to the box. Goalkeeper's going to actually guess correctly on this, but Nuno, he's got a cannon for a leg. I know I like to say that, and I definitely know it's true here. Nuno, look at that power. Absolute banger. Puts the home side up 1-0 just 3 minutes into this match, and Cal United would continue to run. Let the dogs eat. Down a man, New Amsterdam managed to keep the floodgates from opening until now. Minjae Kwok takes the ball from the edge of the box. Look at this shot. Wow. Wow. Beautiful goal for Minjae Kwok. I mean, absolute stunner. And the hits would keep coming for him. Just a couple of minutes later, Tirjung feeds him the ball around the keeper. It is now 3-0 Cal United Strikers. The horses are up and running, and Kwok has had a game, a brace for him in the first half, just a couple of shots. New Amsterdam would get one back. This would come in the 70th minute With, of course, Cal United is going to back off a little bit on defense. It's not worth them pressing and getting, an injury or a foul unnecessarily. The ball will go to Barone at the top of the box, who puts it around the keeper. Really a good goal. Unfortunately, it wouldn't matter. And Cal United said, hey, we wanted to win by 3. And so they drove in. Look at this. Another beautiful play. Beats his man on. Look at that. Oh, Tony Lopez dribbles around, puts on a clinic, and then slots it to the edge. It was just one of those matches. You go down a man, it's going to be tough to defend, and Cal United has got the scores to get it done. Omar Nuno with the opener, the PK. Minjae Kwok would score 2 in the first half. Tony Lopez followed up with a fourth. Salvatore Barone scores the single one for New Amsterdam. With that home win, Cal United strikers move to 2-2-1. New Amsterdam falls to 2-1-2. We didn't forget our yellow card / red card count. We've got to add to it here. 4 more yellows to add to our total. And a single red, of course, unfortunately for Mikhail. Tough night for New Amsterdam, going down to 10 men in the first minute, sort of set Cal United up for success, and New Amsterdam for a long evening. We stay in Southern California, where LA Force are visiting San Diego @4 to take them on. LA Force has been able to hold on to that second place in the NISA standings. @4, to their credit, has been middle of the table. This match would stay scoreless in the first half, but second half we would see some fireworks. Up the right-hand side, Ivanovsky, who's been a revelation for LA Force. Look how he gets past that defender. Crosses across, past Cheney, and there's Diego Casillas to put it home. LA Force up 1-0, and that score would hold through till the very end. We're in stoppage time. LA Force holding on to a 1-goal lead. Looks like we got to stop here. And instead, Gustavo Gomez, who has just come on as a substitute, takes the ball into the box, past the defender, and just muscles it home to put the visiting LA Force side up 2-0. We're in stoppage at this point. And you think it's over. No. @4 says, and you can still see the graphic on the screen for the goal from before for Gustavo Gomez. @4 challenging, ball into the box, goal, 2-1, chance, no, end of match. That was it. That was the end of it. But @4 at the breath, Christian Snyder gets a goal to make it respectable. 2-1 LA Force. Let's look at our card count for the week. Week 5 was a brutal one, unless you're a fan of cards. 27 yellows, 2 reds, and this last match gave an extra 7, so was not messing around. But NISA is a league that demands strength, and if you ain't up for it, well, the other team is. 27 yellows, 2 reds. It was a rough week. Let's take a look at the table. It's no surprise who's on top. Detroit City, 4 wins, a draw, and a loss will get you there, 13 points. Los Angeles Force in second. Cal United Strikers third. Then New Amsterdam, Chattanooga, Stars, Stumptown, @4, Maryland Bobcats, Chicago House. It is a widespread from 13 points down to 4. But Los Angeles Force keeping pace, still undefeated. Yes, Detroit City is currently the cream of the crop, but LA Force is right behind them. We're heading into week 6. What will we see? Will we see any more movement on this table? It is sure to be a good one. That's it for NISA Now. Check out all the rest of our NISA content on ProtagonistSoccer.com. Our podcast, Protagonist Podcast. Check those out. Tons of NISA content for your satisfaction, as well as a host of other lower league content. Massive thanks to NISA and 11 Sports for making all of this possible. I'm out.